Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing here this morning? Hopefully, everybody's doing okay. So today's going to be a pretty busy day. A lot of earnings plays. I myself, I'm only going to be going over AMD and Tesla here this morning. So probably touch a little bit on the market as well. Many of you guys know that still been getting crushed, and so it's been a wild ride recently. So as you guys can see from the past couple live streams I've been doing, we've been telling everybody to stay focused on your volatility ETFs like TVIX. Keep eyes on your large cap stocks because those are going to be a lot of the stocks that are going to be moving, which they have been. So hopefully some of you guys have been kind of gearing in that direction, with your volatility ETFs and your large cap stocks because those have been the most active in terms of creating areas of opportunity to make profit, right? So what's going on? Good morning, Avi. It's interesting. It's taking longer nowadays for more people to join into the stream. It used to be just kind of like instant. So I don't know if the stream just isn't reaching as many people or notifications aren't working on YouTube, but interesting. So we're going to go ahead and get into sharing the screen here. All right, so first one on watch is going to be AMD. So I'll pull up AMD for you guys. All right, so AMD, obviously not so hot on their earnings, and now it's gapping down overnight. Big move. So, I want to be long on AMD. I really do. I really want to watch AMD long today. It's just hard to say that when the pre-market action looks so bearish already. So, for me personally, I think we're going to see I think AMD is going to turn into a long play in the next couple days. There might be a bounce on it today, but I do think in the next couple days we're going to see a bounce on AMD just because it's already done a massive move up and it's already rolled over so much. So there's a lot of room that it could go back to the upside. So I do foresee some type of bullish play here on AMD in the coming days. Today, I think it's probably best to sit back and see what it wants to do initially because it is still kind of trending down, right? We had the move down, right? So there might be a force lower. So what I would watch for is probably a short to begin with. Watch it short bias initially today and then just see what it does. Something else that I don't necessarily like about AMD too much is because it's such a commonly traded stock that I think we also might see AMD have an extremely choppy trading day because it's such a heavily traded stock and it's after a big earnings. So a lot of people may not know exactly what they want to do with their positions, and it could cause this back and forth rallying for the day. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. I think we do run the risk of seeing a stock that's way too overly traded today. So what I would first do is probably watch AMD for a short play, and then maybe a long trade later in the day or tomorrow or in the coming days. I think there's a good opportunity for a long bias trade on AMD. But for me today, probably going to be watching it short, see if it stays below, like $19. If it can kind of stay below 19, I think I'll like it short bias. Okay. But again, it's already moved down a lot, right? Already made a big move down. So, asking for more to the downside, it's quite a lot. So we'll see. Okay. So that's AMD. Next one on the list is Tesla, TSLA. So Tesla had their earnings, finally proved profitability. So a lot of people are all like gung ho on it now, and this is exactly what I was saying, months ago, is to just hold off on Tesla. Just wait till they have their next earnings report, see if they show profitability, because everybody was buying it up thinking this was the problem we had with Tesla is everybody kept buying it up going, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to keep buying it up. It's low, it's low, it's low, right? And I was like, well, just wait till after the earnings report, right? Because if the earnings report is good, it's going to go up. But if it's bad, it's going to take it down. So, just imagine to be one of the buyers getting in around here right? Even on any one of these lows, right? Imagine being the buyer getting in on any one of these lows, and then instead of it having good earnings, it actually had negative earnings, right? And it went like that, right? You'd be crushed. So I think it was wise for those of you that maybe held off on actually longing it until the earnings report, and now that it's out, we can see how it's going to trade for the next couple days. Let's see if it sets up bullish, right? We had a strong move up. So, I don't expect us just to go skyrocketing higher. I kind of expect maybe a trail back and then maybe a move higher. So, definitely going to follow it today. There's a lot of hype around it, seeing what it's going to do. As many of you know, Tesla's a heavily shorted stock. So, with this earnings report coming out being good, it runs the risk of running higher. Well, it's not really a risk for bulls, but it does run the chance of going higher and then cause the risk of short sellers starting to squeeze out. So, if I were to watch it today, it'd probably be long, just because the earnings report and the amount of people that are surrounded in the Tesla world. So I would probably watch it long, see if it can get up and over 320 and then over 321 personally. Monica, you can get in touch with me through Discord. It's our chat room. It's in the description of the video here. It's linked in the description. It's our chat room. So once you get into our chat room, it's free. Then you'll have the power to just send me a direct message on the chat room or a private message. Let's see. So yeah, those are really the two main plays. There's some other ones you can keep an eye on. You can keep an eye on Shopify today. It had earnings, but the pre-market movement doesn't look great. So you could watch Shop, which is SHOP. You could also watch Microsoft. Microsoft is had earnings and it's doing fairly well from after hours trading. So you could also watch Microsoft here. Microsoft's been getting beat down too. It just came down to that 200 moving average on the daily chart, a little below, and kind of bounced. So a lot of movement there. But I would honestly say, looking at the market today, I think the market's setting up for another move to the downside personally. I don't think this move down's done yet. I think we're going to see another move lower here in the market personally. So just be careful for another sell-off today. So for you traders out there, again, keep a close eye on TVIX and your volatility ETFs, as if this market keeps going down and the volatility picks up, we're going to go higher. Right now, let's see where our volatility index is. Our volatility index is at peaked yesterday at 26. So it's approaching that 30 level. We're at 23 now, so a couple more down days in the market, the volatility could pick up to the 30s, and we might really be seeing some fast movement. So looking at the market too, I was basically saying, if this thing breaks 265, if the market breaks 265, it's pretty much I think it's pretty much a downfall straight to 260. I could be wrong, but I think 265 is really this major key level. And if the 265 level starts breaking, I could foresee us down at 260 and then even low as the 252 previous low, I think in February, beginning of the year. So again, I don't think the downward move is done yet. So keep close tabs on your volatility ETFs. How can you trade pre-market? You just trade. You can. There's a few ways to do it. You can go to the trade tab on your Thinkorswim platform and purchase from there. You can even add it to your active trader window. If you just try and put it in order pre-market on Thinkorswim, it won't go through because you have to classify it as GTC EXT, which means good till close or extended after hours trading pre-market session. So there's something you actually have to do to your order before it'll go through. You can only do a limit order in pre-market trading. I'm not long on Square. Again, I'm not long on anything right now. This is right. This is exact. I don't want to quote myself exactly, but realistically, for anybody who's tuned in, anybody who's in the private group or into our live streams here, the number one thing I'd been saying for months was I'm not investing long in any stocks. They're just way too high. Right now is not a good time to buy. There's not a whole lot of opportunity to the upside. And then still people said I was crazy, and there is opportunity to the upside, and you should be buying. And I'm like, no, right now is not a good time to buy. And if we go and we look at every single stock, they are all down significantly. And that is why I was not buying, because I foreseen this happening, right? I did a lot of research. And so again, I'm still not long on anything. I don't want to be long on anything. The only thing I would actually long would be like a bounce, right? So if we're looking at any long plays right now, they're all short term. Everything else is short bias, right? I'd be short bias on everything until markets consolidate, show strength, which they're not. So there's no reason to even consider being long bias right now, in my opinion. There's a few out there that might be good, but majority of the pot is all bearish right now, and I don't see any long plays. Um, Yeah, I mean, Facebook doesn't look good at all. I mean, Facebook just has problems after problems after problems, and so I mean, Facebook's just one that can't recover. So I'd be short bias on Facebook too. I think it. Yeah, I mean, realistically, the short was like right here. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've missed so many plays here. Throughout these past weeks that I'm not even trading all that great of what I could be. But like I said, I mean, just look at everything. It's all bearish. Amazon's turning bearish. Right, Amazon's 1 year day chart, it's right on its 200 moving average, just barely hanging on. Facebook is already in bearish correction, bearish moves. Basically everything you look at. Netflix, it's soon to have a death cross, which means that's heading towards bearish. MU's already down, it's bearish. Nvidia is doing the same. Nvidia is soon to have a death cross, and that'll be bearish. Square, soon to have a death cross, that'll be bearish. Shopify already had, very close to having its death cross, that's bearish. I mean, it's just, you name it. AMD, as we say, was way over. It's just coming back down. So, again, I think it's scary right now to even consider long. The only thing long I would do is just short-term plays. But, yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you guys today. So I'm going to call it there. Get back to our private group. So thank you guys always again for tuning in. I don't know if like the notifications are coming through later to you guys than they normally do, but usually we pick up in viewers faster. So I don't know if like maybe YouTube's not getting the notifications out to you guys one way or the other. But I've noticed that the past couple days it's kind of like slowing down, which is, I don't know, but it is what it is. I don't know if that's what's going on. No, it's actually a great time. That's another thing. It's not a bad time to be an investor. It's a great time to be an investor right now. It was a bad time to be an investor a couple months ago. Right? A year ago, that was a bad time to be an investor. Right now, it's good to start wanting to become an investor. So, yeah, that's weird. I don't know why it's taken so long to get to you guys. But anyways, we're going to end it there. Thank you guys again for tuning in. I do appreciate it. I've been super busy lately, so I have been kind of slacking on the YouTube videos. I mean, it just kind of is what it is. I mean, it's got a lot on my mind all the time. So, anyways, hopefully we can get a good trading day on our hands and get to some more YouTube videos and a couple more podcasts for you guys. But anyways, I'll see you guys all tomorrow morning on Friday for another pre-market watch list. And hopefully you guys stay green on the day. All right, take care.